What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for The Real Housewives of Orange County. This is the reunion. This is part three of the reunion. And before we do get into it, you guys, if you guys are watching the video or any other on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, you guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, shall we? All right, you guys, so reunion part three. What I will say about reunion part three, listening to Alexis talk just infuriated me because the woman is a ditz, is a we're not 2 minutes in. I'm gonna at least try to wait until I'm 2 minutes in, but she's a ditz. She is a moron. She's an idiot. She's a dumbass. Like, there are no nice words for Alexis Bellino. And you look and sound insane defending John Jansen. Like, even at one point in this reunion, she tried to say that Shannon and John were just friends with benefits. It's like, girl, they were in a relationship for over 5 years. Don't discredit and don't diminish Shannon in that particular way. But my problem with Alexis is it's like you're going through all these hoops and hurdles for this man. But like I've said throughout the entire season, if this isn't a cautionary tale to you, I don't know what is, because I would look at this and be like, well, damn, if he can treat someone that he claimed to love like this, that he was in a relationship with for 5 years, then what will he do to me? But it doesn't appear that Alexis even remotely cares about that, and it's just annoying to me. And she annoyed me, like listening to her talk throughout this whole part three of the reunion. I was frustrated. It was like, my God. And then that's on top of the day that I've had. I had a good start to my day, but then my end of my day, it just it kind of got, went to kaput. And then listening to this dumbass talk, it was like, my God, do I have to sit here and listen to this? So we opened up the reunion with Shannon continuing to read the hell out of Alexis, and I was here for it, right? So then Alexis had the audacity to call Shannon bitter, and I was like, excuse me? Bitter? I don't think Shannon is bitter about the relationship with John or the fact that they broke up. Shannon is upset about this lawsuit, which actually, let's talk about the lawsuit real quick. Because I think that if I'm not mistaken, I read earlier this week about their lawsuit, and I think they settled. I'm not positive. Uh, yeah, they've settled the lawsuit. So at this point, Shannon and John have settled. So this comes from people that said Shannon Bedore shares receipt of 60,000 payment to John Jansen after lawsuit settlement. And it has in quotes, enjoy. So earlier this month, the ex-couple settled the lawsuit just 1 week after both Jansen and Bedore requested a jury trial. Shannon is washing her hands of John Jansen for good. In the evening hours of Thursday, November 21st, the Real Housewives of Orange County star 60 revealed that her ongoing lawsuit with her ex-boyfriend 62 would finally be settled with a payment of $60,000 and a photo of a wire transfer receipt shared to her Instagram account. In the receipt, Bedore highlighted the amount of $60,000 and drew a red circle around the purpose of the funds section, which read John Jansen settlement in full. You know what, Shannon? I know you have to give up $60,000, but now you have a clear peace of mind, and you can put this whole ordeal with John and Alexis behind you and move forward. And it says enjoy in all caps, she wrote over the photo in big bold red letters, tagging Jansen and his new fiance Alexis Bellino's Instagram handles. Come on, Shannon. That's my type of petty. A source tells people there was no non-disparagement clause associated with the settlement. Back in March, Jansen found we already know that. So he got 5,000 less than what he asked for. I hope he's happy. I hope Alexis is happy. I hope they ride off into the sunset and never come back. We don't want to see you on season 19 of Real Housewives of Orange County, Alexis. You served your purpose, whatever it was. Like Emily said, John Jensen found his trash can. Every trash can needs a lid, and John found his, and I agree with that, right? So after that, at one point we were talking, and Shannon brought up, actually no, Alexis was saying she's bitter, right? And she's saying that Shannon doesn't need to talk about John, and it's like, but he's suing her, ma'am. What do you think this woman is supposed to like? Alexis was really irking my nerves, grinding my gears, and just torturing my spirit. Just the pure thought, just seeing her, it was just like, girl, if you don't sit down, shut up, and act like a person with some common sense, some kind of sense, because you're delusional as hell, is what you are. But that's neither here nor there, right? So Shannon brought up that when Gina was talking about that, she has an issue with John. She was like, well, he was just hangry and he's a good effing person. Okay. When that good effing person does the same shit to you, don't nobody want to hear it, Alexis, right? So then Alexis said she was about to say when she started to fall in love with him, but she said when she was getting to know him, she went and Googled John and all the stuff, the lies that Shannon had said was there when she looked it up. And everybody was like, she's never said anything bad about him. And even Shannon said, I've never said anything bad about him. They even showed the clip from last season's reunion where Heather said something about him and Shannon defended him. So, Alexis, please, for the love of God, go away and shut up. So, at one point, Emily is, chiming in and having something to say. And Alexis told her to butt out, right? So Alexis is going now back to saying that when it comes down to the whole money situation with John and Heather, not Heather, but John and Shannon, that Shannon is saying that she paid for everything in the beginning of the relationship, but they have receipts to prove that John spent money spent more money than Shannon. And Shannon's like, okay, well, me and John can, compare receipts. And she's like, well, I have the receipts here. I have the receipts here. It's like you sound like a chirping parrot. Like you're probably parroting the stuff that John told you to say. And when I tell you guys, like literally, part three irritating. It wasn't a bad part three to the reunion. It was just irritating because Alexis is so insufferable. And then we had to see these interview clips that John did with the producers, and it's just like, what the fuck? So Alexis said that Shannon didn't offer John anything, and they were like, "That's a lie, Alexis. She did offer him money. He didn't want to sign the non-disparagement agreement." So my question, I have like, because at a certain point I stopped listening to Alexis because she kept repeating herself, and it's all in defense of John. And I don't understand why she's so invested in the saga of Shannon and John. That had nothing to do with you. You weren't involved in this. So I'm confused why you're now involving yourself in this one in this disagreement between two exes. It's stupid to me. So she once again says that they don't have to bring up John. It's like, but you're the one that's bringing him up. You're the one that's mentioning him. If you would shut up, but then you would realize if you don't talk about John, if you don't talk about Shannon, what else is there to have you on this stage for? Exactly nothing, because you contributed nothing to the season. You contributed absolutely nothing, and And I was over her at this point. It was at this point that I was like, okay, I wish that this lady would just get up, walk off stage, at least have a little bit of couth, a little bit of class, a little bit of dignity. But no. So after that, we move on. And so Andy brings up a question. I think it's a viewer question. I can't remember. But I guess Heather, which I didn't remember this, but Heather brought up, I remember the party, but I didn't remember them talking. Oh, yes, I do remember that. I vaguely remembered it because I don't care about John or Alexis's sex life that much, right? But damn, somebody's dog is loud. But neither here nor there. Alexis, you guys remember when Alexis was talking about how many times a day they have sex? And I was like, oh God, why do we have to hear this? So Heather had a conversation with Shannon about it, but Shannon got up and walked away from the table. So Shannon didn't necessarily hear the conversation. And I was like, oh, I'm glad you didn't hear the conversation, Shannon. But then for Heather to bring it up, now I don't think that Heather was being messy. I don't think that she had any ill intent. I just really think that she was like, "Oh shit, I thought you were at the table. My bad, girl. I thought you were at the table, right?" But it is what it is, right? So then after this is where we start seeing the interviews that John and Alexis have done with production. It's like, oh my god, because Andy asked the question, "Do the ladies feel that John wants to be in the spotlight?" I know Heather said yes. I believe it was a consensus among some of the ladies that yes, and even I agree. You guys know I've said it quite a few times on these reviews that I do believe when it comes to John Jansen that that was his motive. I don't think that he really 100% cared about the money because we're going to talk about the money in just a few minutes, right? So the problem that I then have is everything that Alexis is saying is coming from John. So she is regurgitating and repeating things that John has said to her, right? And she's calling Shannon a liar. She's saying Shannon ain't did this. She's saying Shannon did this. She's saying Shannon this. But everything that she's saying is something that she's gotten from John Jansen. And I'm like, wow, lady, you are a pathetic human being. So you gonna take everything that that man says to you as gospel, as if he wouldn't lie to you? Okay, if that's what you want to roll with and rock with, then I have no respect for you. But go for it, girl. So at one point, Alexis, Shannon, Emily, and Gina, they're all talking, right? But with Gina and Emily, they were coming to the defense of Shannon, right? So Alexis feels like she's being ganged up on, and she's like the bullies Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and Emily's like, "Don't you fucking call me dumb? Like, don't ever do that." And so she says, "You're the dumbest fucking person I've ever met." I was like, on that note, Emily, that is something that I absolutely agree with you on. It's like, girl, all this stuff that you're doing for this man, and to the like, you're doing so much stuff for this man and defending him. But again, why are you defending him when you weren't privy to the relationship with him and Shannon, right? Because at one point in the reunion, we were talking about, when did they get together and when did he and Shannon break up? She keeps saying everything as if she were there when they broke up. Well, John told me they broke up in after Thanksgiving in 2022. Well, Amy and John got together here, but this and this and that. And I was like, ma'am, shut up. Like, shut up. And then at one point she got mad because she said, Shannon, you're not letting me talk. But then when Shannon would talk, you wouldn't let Shannon talk. And it's like pot meet kettle. You're over talking her. But then when you overtalk her, you're gaslighting her because you're telling her things that John has told you. So you're gaslighting what she think, what her you're taking her feelings and gaslighting her, telling her what she experienced in her relationship wasn't what it was, right? Because and Shannon was like, we went to the Family Feud together in 2023. We were still intimate with each other. We went on trips with each other, and they were like, everybody's like, yeah, there was a lot of love between them they were there together for 5 years. And she was like, yeah, but I had when I broke up with my fiance, there was still love there. Girl, shut up. I was over Alexis. It's like, ma'am, did you not hear what she just said? They went on trips together. They were still intimate with each other. He told her he loved her. They showed the text message. Like, are you dense or are you dumb or are you both? Like it gives. I know those are the same things, you guys. Dense and dumb. I know that those, but which one are you? Like, are you a? Oh, you are a ditz. So Emily asked Alexa, not no. Emily asked Tamara, like, how are you friends with her? So Tamara says, I'm friends with her because she has a big heart. She says, no, she doesn't. She's a fucking idiot. And I was like, I agree with that. And, Heather's on the side, chiming in too, right? And Tamara said, well, you're the one that brought her to the group. And she says, and I regret it. I was like, I'm with you, right? But it was what really threw me was her diminishing their relationship. That's what kind of got to me was her diminishing Shannon's relationship with John. Like, girl, you seem a little molded to find out that your man he broke up with. Like, I don't know anybody that would like. It's okay to be cool with the ex and stuff like that. Like, I have exes that I'm cool with, still talk to, right? But once the relationship is over, if we're not, if I don't think I'm going back, it ain't no more I love yous. It ain't no more let's go on trips together. We maybe can go somewhere as friends, but we're not going on trips together. I'm not telling you I love you, and I'm definitely not sleeping with you if there's nothing there. But Alexis is too stuck on stupid to even listen to this, right? So but this is the point of the reunion where I got irritated. I was like, can y'all cut her mic off, do something? Because she's irritating. Because, like I said, you're upset that Emily and Gina chimed in a few times, and you're saying that Shannon won't let you talk. But when Shannon tries to talk, you won't let her talk, right? So then after that, we talked about the loan because we talked about the lawsuit and the money, and if it was a loan or not, right? So it sounds to me like John gave Shannon the promissory note after he gave her the money, and that's not how a promissory note works. You sign a promissory note, and then the person gives you the funds, and then you repay them after that. Because if that were the case, I've given people money I've given people money as loan people money, but I never signed, I never do a promissory note after. I didn't do a promissory note, period. But well, damn sure you can't do one after the fact. Like, get out of here. So we talk about why did the lawsuit come up. So according to what I'm hearing, I guess there's a statute of limitations, so he had to do this. But Shannon is like, but even after we officially broke up, he never asked for the money back. I didn't get, the complaint until January, around the time that we were filming. And Alexis is talking about he never did this, and she was like, "It's a complaint. Do you know what that is?" I was like, "Obviously, this moron doesn't know what a complaint is." Like, when I tell y'all, Alexis was irking my spirit, irking my soul, just irking me in general. I was irritated, and I was just over her, and I was overhearing her. I was over looking at her. Everything about her was just bothering me to no avail in this part 3 of the reunion. But again, back on track. So Emily said that Alexis is full of shit. I agree with it, right? So after that, we then move on to the videos, right? So they show another scene of John and Alexis having a conversation with the producers, right? And in this one, he's talking about the fact that the only person that at this point he would show the videos to is Shannon, right? And show her what a monster really is. And I was like, oh my God. So we get back on stage. Alexis is lying through her teeth because she's like, well, I didn't know that I didn't know that this was on camera when I said it. I was just saying this among my friends. You said this among your friends on a reality TV show that was currently at that time in production. Y'all have microphone packs on. Y'all know y'all have a schedule that y'all are filming, but shut up. When I say shut up, Alexis, shut up. Go away. Don't come back. Please don't come back. So we talk about, we're still talking about this. Then we talk about the lawsuit again and the fact that John didn't sign the NDA. Alexis is a damn moron. So Emily has said this now twice, and I didn't mention it earlier, but Emily has now said this twice to Alexis that if John had gone ahead and signed the NDA, that Shannon would not have been able to talk about it on camera. And she's like, "Well, he didn't know that. And if she talked about it, he wouldn't have had a voice to speak, what he wants to say." And it's like, but he was on the show, he was in the interviews with you, so he would have had his opportunity to say something. And even Emily said it. If she said something about him after signing the NDA, he could sue her. And so Alexis tries to rebut that. It's like, are you the attorney? Or like, girl, shut up. She would try to say she graduated from college. And I was with Gina when Gina said, I know people who graduated from with college degrees and they're dumb as hell. Exactly. And we're looking at one of them. We're looking at one right before our very eyes, an educated fool. If you guys cannot tell that Alexis irritated me, that woman irritated me. So they went to break, and that is it for Alexis. So that is a wrap on Alexis for season 18 of The Real Housewives of Orange County, you guys. So we come back from the break. And so Emily, remember, I told you guys a few minutes ago that Emily was asking Tamara and 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 Heather how could they be friends with Alexis. So now she's asking Jen and Katie, like, how can you guys even be friends with this woman? And I I don't always agree with Emily. I think there'll be times where it's like Emily annoys me, but in this particular moment, I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad at what she's saying because I think it's a great question to ask. It's like, how can you guys be friends with Alexis? Like, I don't understand is how can y'all be friends with her? It's one thing to be a neutral party when it comes to your friends who have an issue with each other, but Alexis, her issue this whole season is Shannon and John's relationship, of which she was never privy to. So I'm just so confused. But you know, and she tried to make a comparison with Tamara. No, ma'am, you're not gonna do that. You can't make a comparison with Tamara. But okay, I mean, I guess if that's what she wanted to do, that's what she wanted to do. What's up, D? I just saw that you came into the chat. What you say? You said, "Whew, I'm glad you finally decided to tighten up, sir. The replays are cool, but I'm always working doing those 1, 2, 3 lives, so I'm never able to hop in and chat like I prefer to do." So the thing is, I'm trying to get away from doing them so late in the afternoon because I be having other stuff that I be trying to do. But I'm trying to find a workaround. I'm trying to find a time that works with 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 my work schedule as well. So um but yeah, next week I got to think about what to do for next week's schedule for Wednesday, because you guys, I really do believe I think that I'm gonna go ahead and just say it's a wrap when it comes to the Real Housewives of New York City. I think I'm just gonna wrap it up for me because Beverly Hills is back, and you guys know how much I love Beverly Hills, and so I think we'll just do Beverly Hills. And I know some of y'all don't watch Married at First Sight, so I think that's what we'll do. And then Salt Lake City. What I'm thinking Here's the thing, you guys. What I'm thinking about doing is making my lives lunchtime lives. I think that's what I'm gonna try to do. We'll see. But yeah. D says, I hollered at the way Emily was chewing Alexis up. When she said every trash can has a lid, I was done. I was with her when she said that every trash can needs a lid, and John Jansen found his, and he sure did. Like, Alexis was pissing me off. Like, she was really pissing me the hell off. Like, I ain't never like I was irritated just listening to that woman talking. It's like, are you that mm, are you that male identified? Like, it's really giving male identified because I can't reason with it. I cannot find any way to reason with what Alexis is doing because it makes no damn sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Um so after that, again, like I said, I can understand Emily's point of view about how can y'all be friends with Alexis. I get it. I really do. I really do get it, right? And so what I found hilarious to me was so Andy was talking about the fact that when Alexis was on stage, that Tamara wasn't defending her, right? And it's so funny, Tamara, because I remember saying this: you either you went live or you posted in your stories that you was ready for the reunion because you weren't going to go easy on people, but you sat on this reunion stage pretty mute this reunion. You ain't had nothing to say, and when Alexis came on stage, you were looking at Shannon and actually defending Shannon, and Shannon saw that. So we see that Tamara and Shannon got up and hugged each other. Jen called bullshit, and I was with Jen. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I necessarily trust Tamara, but they made up with each other, and we'll see how long that truce lasts, right? So after that, what I will say, this should be studied because this was supposed to be Shannon's worst season. This was supposed to be Shannon's worst season with this DUI, but somehow Shannon came out on top this season. And I don't know how that happened. Well, I know how it happened. Alexis came on and showed how unlikable became the most unlikable person on this cast next to maybe Katie, because I know a lot of people don't like Katie, right? But I think people probably like Katie more than they do Alexis. So we see 36 hours after the reunion filmed, and you guys remember they filmed the reunion on a Sunday night, right? Well, a Sunday. So 36 hours later, we see as Alexis, no, wrong person. Shannon, Tamra, Emily, Gina, and Heather, they're all meeting up with each other, right? And they're meeting up at Emily's house. So I think it's mighty convenient that both Tamra and Heather sat on this information. Now, Heather said that she was gonna bring it up at the reunion, but they were like, "Oh, you had your list to go after Katie, right?" So Heather tells us that finale night, right? For them, when they filmed the finale, after the finale party, they left. It was Tamara and Eddie, Heather and Terry, and John and Alexis. They went to dinner, right? So Heather is saying that when they went to dinner, that John was basically saying to them that he heard the accident the night that Shannon crashed her car. I was like, oh, so you did hear it. So these are the words that they're saying that John said. So John said that he was initially going to go after Shannon, but his daughter told him not to go after Shannon. And his daughter then was going to go after Shannon. But when she went to go check on Shannon, Shannon was driving off. So after that, they then go on to say that John and Tamara whispered this to Shannon that he says that you hit him, right? And I was like, okay, is that? I hope everybody okay. My God, I hope everybody is okay because I don't know where the ambulance is going, and I hope it ain't coming here in this area. But neither here nor there, you guys. My bad. So That's what so I'm like, is that what they kept alluding to with this whole the camera, the ring camera thing? Is that Shannon got volatile with him? I mean, it wouldn't paint her in a positive light, but y'all made it seem as if this was something that was just going to completely decimate Shannon. Again, would that be a stain on her? Absolutely. But okay, I mean, if that's what John wants to go with, then okay. She's drunk and you're talking shit. I'm pretty sure you were talking shit to her. So neither one of y'all will come out looking squeaky clean. And then, like you said, your daughter said it wouldn't be a good look for you to go after her. So I'm assuming y'all got into some kind of an argument and some kind of a spat with each other. So I'm so confused. But that's it. I hope and pray going into season 19 that we literally never have to see Alexis and John Jansen again. But overall, season 19 was a really good season. Season 18. Season 18 was a good season. I enjoyed season 18. This cast right here, they work. They work together. Only thing that I have you guys know I've said it plenty of times before, and I'm gonna say it one more time. When it comes to Heather, I think it might be time to switch Heather to Beverly Hills. I really do, because she does not live in OC. She don't live in the OC anymore. But that's it, you guys. If you guys watched the reunion, if you guys watched the season as a whole, let me know what you guys thought about part 3 of the reunion. Let me know what you guys thought about um, season 18 of the Real Housewives of New York City. And that is it, you guys. So we ain't got nothing on Thursdays anymore. Or well, Thursday going into Friday. So I'm gonna figure some stuff out, you guys, when it comes to videos, because now all we have is on Tuesday. Well, Married to Medicine comes back this Sunday. So I'm debating if I'm gonna do a Married to Medicine live on Monday, or if I'm just gonna can stick with pre-recorded for Married to Medicine. I have not made my mind up on that one, but you guys can definitely, give you a little inputs if you guys would prefer to have a live of Married to Medicine. And yeah, so I will have for Housewives lives will be Potomac and Potomac, Beverly Hills, as well as Salt Lake City, which I know Salt Lake City is getting ready to film their reunion pretty soon as well. So pretty soon it'll just and y'all see how I literally just skipped over New York. I forget about New York. Oh God, you guys, I really have no idea what I want to do with the Real Housewives of New York City. Part of me wants to just say F it and drop it, but then another part of me is like, you started it, see it all the way through. But again, like I said, I don't really 100% know, but you guys will know for sure by next Tuesday. But that's it, you guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and also share the video, you guys. And until then, stay safe. Did I say that? If I didn't say it, stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys later. So if you guys watch Love After Lockup, I'll see you guys for that tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do a let's get into the blogs tomorrow when I go get a haircut, and then that'll be it. So yeah, bye guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys later.